This true story began in Lagos when Deborah called Becky arrived at Bola's home as a new maid. She looked gentle, respectful, and almost angelic. Bola, a busy CEO and mother of four, felt relieved. Becky handled chores with perfect skill, cooked wonderfully, and kept the house spotless. The children loved her instantly. Even Bola's husband, Charles, admired her discipline and calm nature. But Bola sometimes noticed small things that unsettled her, Becky staring at the children too long or smiling strangely when no one else was looking. Still, she dismissed her worries and focused on prayer, asking God to protect her home. Unknown to her, these prayers formed a barrier Becky could not cross. Every morning when Bola left to drop the older kids at school, Becky's sweet appearance hid something darker waiting to emerge. The peaceful household had no idea what lived among them. Once Bola stepped outside, Becky's human form melted away. Horns curved from her head. One leg twisted like a beast's. A long thin tail extended behind her, and her glowing red eyes revealed her true identity. Dark spirits crawled from shadows, slipping across the walls like smoke. They laughed, whispered, and fed on the family's food without being seen. Becky held baby Amara gently, rocking her while commanding the spirits, who obeyed her every word. The innocent child giggled, unaware of the evil swirling around her. Before Bola returned, Becky shifted back into her delicate human appearance and pretended nothing was wrong. At night, Bola noticed Becky sleeping in strange positions, legs against the wall, eyes open, breathing silent. But nothing in the house ever went missing. No money, no jewelry, no belongings. Bola convinced herself she was paranoid, unaware that darkness was testing the boundaries of her faith. Meanwhile, something began changing in Charles. Becky's presence pulled him like a magnet. One night he saw her in the dim kitchen light. Her beauty seemed supernatural, almost impossible to resist. Without understanding why, he touched her hand. A heavy atmosphere surrounded them, and temptation overtook him. That night, they committed adultery. Becky's red eyes glowed faintly while Charles remained blind to the danger. Their affair continued secretly, strengthening her influence over the household. Then Becky's spirit husband appeared, tall, frightening, and furious. "You were sent to destroy this family," he warned. "Now you weaken your mission by giving your heart to a human man." Becky trembled. But before she could respond, Charles called her phone, asking her to prepare for him again. The spirits vanished instantly. She met Charles once more, deepening the trap forming around him and widening the spiritual door inside the home. The next morning, Charles woke up screaming. He could not move his legs. Panic filled the house as Bola rushed him to the hospital. Doctors ran every test, found no injury, and couldn't explain the paralysis. Bola prayed day and night, feeling a heavy spiritual weight pressing on her family. With Charles hospitalized, Becky gained more control at home. She cared for the children perfectly, but something in the air felt wrong. The children remained untouched only because Bola's nightly prayers acted like fire, blocking Becky from harming them. One busy morning, Bola rushed out for work, but realized halfway that she forgot an important file. She returned home quietly to grab it. As she entered, she heard a deep growl from baby Elijah's room, nothing like a human sound. Fear gripped her chest as she slowly walked down the hallway toward the noise. Bola opened the door and froze. Becky sat on the bed holding baby Elijah, but in her full demonic form, horns, tail, beast-like leg, and fire-red eyes staring directly at her. Bola screamed, "Jesus!" and a burst of spiritual fire filled the room. Becky instantly shifted back into her human appearance, but it was too late. The truth was exposed. Bola trembled but demanded answers. Becky's voice became cold and hollow. "I was sent to destroy your family. Your prayers protected your children. Your angels chased me away. I poisoned your food, but your prayers rejected it. I failed every time." Becky confessed capturing Charles through his lust, giving him a spiritual sickness, and using the affair to weaken the home. Bola's heart ached, but she stood firm. She began praying loudly, calling on God's light to fill the room and break every hidden darkness. As Bola prayed, a bright glow surrounded the room. Becky screamed, weakening as the light overwhelmed her. Her power cracked like glass until she vanished completely, unable to remain in a home covered by prayer. Bola rushed to the hospital and told Charles, "Your sickness is over. God has delivered you. Learn from this. Protect your home, your marriage, and your soul." Charles cried in regret, realizing how deeply he had fallen into spiritual danger. When he returned home, peace gradually settled again. The children thrived, and the strange atmosphere vanished. Bola never forgot what happened. She understood now that not every helpful face is human, and not every perfect worker comes with good intentions. Her faith had been the shield she never knew she would need. From that day on, she guarded her home with prayer, because spiritual darkness hides where it is least expected.